A few days ago, we read a story about the Santos family and their vacation to their grandparents' house. Today, we are going to read the ending of that story. It's called The Trip Home. So they are heading back home from their grandparents' house. As I read the story out loud today, I would like for you to paint a picture in your mind, visualize where the car is going, where they're stopping, and imagine that you are taking a road trip too. Put yourself in Keisha and Edwin's shoes and see if you can play detective and figure out what they're trying to solve. The trip home. Keisha and Edwin spent 5 fun-filled days with their grandparents. Sadly, the time to say goodbye arrived, and the Santos family packed their car to begin the long trip home. Keisha and Edwin, knowing their mother as they did, wondered what math questions awaited them. Miss Santos was determined to make good time on the return trip and informed her children that they would stop only if it were absolutely necessary. However, as the car traveled down the highway, Edwin and Keisha became more and more hungry. The hungrier they became, the more they dreamed about the delicious meal they had eaten at the Pinecrest Diner. Finally, their stomachs got the best of them. "Mom," said Keisha, "I'm really hungry. Can we stop and eat at the Pinecrest Diner?" "Please, Mom," added Edwin. "We promise that we won't ask you to stop any other time." "Okay," said Miss Santos. "We'll stop if you can answer a math question for me." "We're getting off easy," thought Keisha and Edwin. "Sure, Mom, we're ready." Miss Santos asked her question. "We know from the trip meter that Grandpa and Grandma's house is 128 miles away from our home, and that the Pinecrest Diner is 36 miles away from our home. How far is it from Grandpa and Grandma's house back to the Pinecrest Diner?" Keisha and Edwin set to work. Keisha closed her eyes to try to picture the problem in her mind, while Edwin took out his handy notebook and pencil. They talked together for a few minutes before informing their mother that they had an answer. "I can already taste that sandwich and fries," said Edwin, licking his lips. "I'm just thinking about the chocolate cake I'm going to have for dessert," Keisha exclaimed. "The answer is..." An enormous plane roared by overhead.